Hello dear super parents. We have with us Mr. Praveen Parmeshwar, who is going to enlighten us with a few thoughts on the topic sleep. Sleep is something which people are concerned about, but most likely over here when you look at parents are also basically concerned about their child's sleep pattern, cycle and so on. So I wanted to know as to why exactly is this topic of much importance these days, sir?
Oh, Prerna, that's a very interesting question. So, of late, the topic sleep is getting much traction in the research front as well as in the practitioner front. So, let me share two statistics to understand its importance. Number one, so India today published a report a couple of years back which says 20% of patients approaching a doctor ask for a sleeping pill. 20%. That means out of 100 people going to a doctor, 20 people ask for a sleeping pill. There was a combined research, another study. There was a combined research by the professors in India as well as Saudi Arabia. And the research could find that 34% of children are suffering from one or other problem related to sleep. It may be because of the changed lifestyle, family systems, or it may also be because of the change in expectations on children. So sleep is a problem which is on the forefront now, maybe because of all these reasons. But yes, this is the time in which we should dig more into the topic sleep. I mean, just to understand its importance, so let's say University of Harvard, Michigan University, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, University of California, Berkeley, the university which I did my master's, Cardiff University. So they all have dedicated specific departments studying about sleep. Very important nowadays.
Moving on to the next question, I wanted to know from you, sir, that why exactly is the absence of sleep in a person, I mean, it triggers a lot of things in them, right? So how to tackle the absence of sleep and a good sleep, that would be?
Good question. So let me break the question into two. So first of all, let me address the first half of the question. That means what's importance of sleep in people. So let me draw your attention to a couple of studies. So there is something in the Western world called daylight savings. So during the daylight saving time period, so normally people lose their sleep or there is a reduction in sleep time by an hour. And during the period of daylight saving, the heart attack in the Western world is going up 23%. And when it is taken back, the rate of heart attack is in fact coming down. So that means lack of 1 hour sleep in a country is increasing heart attacks by 23%. Another one, good sleep. See, if you are sleeping, say, less than 4 hours, if a person is getting only sleep less than 4 hours, normally there is a reduction of the killer cells. The killer cells means the cells inside our body which is acting as killer cells for the outside particles like bacteria or virus kind of the external agents. So there is a reduction of 70% in the number of killer cells in the body. So if you are not getting sleep at least for 4 hours a day, that means sleep of less than 4 hours a day is in fact reducing our immunity by around 70%. Another one, maybe very important one for the parents, good sleep, deep quality sleep for around 7 hours plus on a day is increasing learning by 40% the very next day, not even after a month or after a year, but very next day. So this is, it's talking about wide-ranging impact, right? It's about your health, it's about learning, it's about immunity. And another interesting one, there are two parts in the body called the prefrontal cortex and amygdala. So amygdala is the emotion center of the body. That means it decides our emotions, it controls our emotions. And prefrontal cortex, which is almost located over here, this part of the brain. So prefrontal cortex is acting as a CEO of the brain. That means that decide so when the amygdala, or how the amygdala should function, or when it should trigger, kind of that. So there is always a close connection between the CEO prefrontal cortex and the center of emotion amygdala. There is always continuous connection. Lack of sleep is in fact disturbing this connection. So what happens when the connection between the CEO of the brain prefrontal cortex and the emotion center amygdala is lost? When the connection is disturbed or lost, so the amygdala doesn't know when to react and when not to react, so that emotional issues and behavioral issues in children may get aggravated. So these are some of the facts we should understand about the importance of sleep. And the second part of your question is how exactly we can get better sleep. That was the second part of the question. So I can tell you a couple of it's maybe like strategies or steps to follow to help your children getting better sleep. So number one, good sleep happens when there is a regularity in place. That means, so you have to train your children to go to bed at same time and wake up at same time. It's the ideal time to go to bed is always between 10 to 11 o'clock at night, and the ideal time to wake up is always maybe between 5 to 7. May not be at 5 o'clock in the early morning, not necessary, but 7 may be an ideal time. So it's like 11 to 7 is considered to be an ideal time to sleep. So number one, regularity should be there, which is very important. Number two, you should keep a dedicated space for sleep or otherwise. So the space which you sleep should be dedicated only for sleep. Because what happens is, say your bedroom is there, the bed is there, and you go to bed only for sleeping, then your connection or your presence on the bed is getting associated with sleep in your brain. So immediately once you go to the bed, naturally, there is a tendency to sleep. So it is very important that we keep the place where we sleep only dedicated for sleep. Okay, so if you want to sit there and watch a movie, that is fine. Okay, you do that. Or read a book, you do that. But at least keep high profile physical activities like, so jumping on the bed or like playing over there, so away from there. That is number two. And number three, there should be a calm down routine, because good sleep happens only when you can take an analogy of a flight descending. So a flight which is flying like this is not descending very quickly like this, right? So it takes a plan to descend and then it go down, 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 and then it touches the land. Same like that, there should be a proper calm down period. That means, say, if you ask your child to sleep at 11 o'clock, so the calm down period should start from say 9:30 or 10 o'clock. That means what will happen in the calm down period? So no deep learning, no deep thinking, no too much of physical activities, no caffeine, no much exposure to screens nowadays, which is very important. So these are some of the things happening during the calm down routine, right? So another point is like a hot shower just before going to bed helps your child better to get good sleep. Dim lights, not during the sleep, but even before say 1 hour, because the body is always, our human body is structured in a way that, so during the light, during the daytime, we are very active. But at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, normally the sun sets, right? And the body is normally tuned to go for a sleep after that. Then we introduce electricity, and now all this kind of lamps, lights, screens. So in fact, the normal routine of the human body is getting disturbed. So it's very important to make sure maybe after 9 o'clock, if the sleep is at 11 o'clock, so we have to keep the lights dim at the home. It may be a warm light or a less brighter light, which is very important. That will also help you to go for a good calm down time. And another one is like cool temperature. The science says the temperature between 18 to 23 degree is ideal for sleep. I know may not be all the parents or all homes can accommodate such kind of luxury, but An air conditioner is not a luxury in India nowadays for majority of people. So it would be great if you can have it and keep the temperature cool. And one more interesting point, I'd say very important point. It's good if you can train children to go for minimum 5 minutes of prayers before they go to bed. And if you don't believe in God, that is fine, but you can sit calm, you can pray to the powers in the nature, or you can pray to some people you respect a lot, because that prayer would be helping people to calm down the mind and go for good sleep. So number 1, regularity. Number 2, dedicated space. Number 3, calm down routine. Number 4, hot shower. Number 5, good to keep the light dim. And number 6, it is very important to keep the temperature cool. Number 7, it is ideal and appropriate if you can go for prayers before you go to sleep. And these are some of the steps which I want to share with parents today to help children get better sleep.
Thank you, sir. Actually, a lot of points I could also take in consideration when it comes to sleep. I wanted to know one thing, is that all these steps mentioned by you, how hard is it going to be for the parents to implement it?
Very hard, very, very hard, because of 3 reasons. Number 1, sleep is a family matter in India. Unlike the Western countries where parents sleep in one room, one child in another room, another child in another room, in India, so sleep is a kind of family matter. So to set the sleep routine, so even if one parent wants to set the sleep routine, she or he has to convince the entire family to go through that. So convincing the total family is one challenge which our parents are going to face. So I would say it is good if you can introduce this video to all those people in your family, so that they get an opportunity to understand it better and you get an opportunity to convince them easier. Number 1. The second challenge they are going to face is it's very hard to change routine. So we need continuous re-emphasis and reassurance to change routines. So what I suggest is, it would be great if you can create a checklist. A checklist says to ensure good sleep for children, what I can do or what we have to follow at home. Number 1, so sleep at 11 o'clock. Number 2, so dim lights by 9. Number 3, maybe a calm down routine from 9 to 11. Maybe say a hot shower before go to sleep. So if there is a checklist presented inside the home, so that will re-emphasize the importance of sleep as well as the importance of the routine. So to parents as well as children. So this is another challenge. And one more very important challenge is, I understand parents are watching this video now, but how many of you have already started considering sleep as a very important topic? See, we are so concerned about grades and marks of our children. We are very concerned about their English speaking ability. We are so concerned about the dress they wear. But how many of us are very concerned about the sleep which they get, which is having wide-ranging impact on their future? The importance parents give, the less importance parents give to this topic is another major challenge. So parents who watch this video, so what I want to share with them is, so consider this as a very important topic. And believe in mind, you cannot implement this routine in a fine morning, but you have to go for continuous re-emphasizing on yourself. And number 3, try to convince the family, then only this will be possible. Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to the last question, which is very important. How is Lifeology extending its deep guidance in this particular area for parents?
Oh, great. So what we do are 3 things. Number 1, so parents who watch this video. So Lifeology has a dedicated team to study about sleep in deep, and we are sharing the wisdom we gain from our research with parents through this application, Lifeology application. So we will be continuously in touch with you with more and more wisdom on this topic. Number 2, so if you want to talk to a lifeologist, normally parents want to talk to a lifeologist, they can talk to a lifeologist and share their concerns, and they will try to work on the same and provide with solutions. And number 3, if there is a one-to-one consultation record for children to to solve the problems related to sleep that also lifeology provides through our expert lifeologists. This is what in fact what we do.
Thank you very much, sir, for this deep enlightening thoughts which you had to share with the parents. Thank you so much.